Okay, welcome back. So you've mastered the basics and it's time to make things a little bit more exciting. So the first thing we have to do, of course, is to open a new project. We can do Command N, or if you'd like, File, and then click New Project. And this time I'm going to ask you to choose No Themes. We're going to talk about transitions this time. Okay, so that is the default, so you don't actually have to click it. And you can just click Create. Okay, and it brings us our new project with our empty placeholders here where we can drag the media to create a new project. Okay, so just like before, all of our pictures will be seen by clicking on the little camera. And we can go in and find our pictures or video that we have in here. Okay, so again, we can just click and drag at for any picture that we've got. Of course, you will be more subjective when you are choosing yours, but for now, I'm just choosing anything. Okay, so now we need to talk about transitions, because sometimes you want a specific transition. The transitions icon looks maybe like a little timer or the edges of two diamonds. And the transitions are the ways that your pictures go from one to another. So there's all kinds of transitions here. You can preview them by mousing over so that you can choose one that will work well for your project. I will encourage you not to use so many transitions that I wouldn't use all of them in one project necessarily unless you have some sort of reason for that, because it does get a little distracting if you do it that way. But to each their own, because in the end it is your movie and maybe that is exactly what you want. In any case, you can click on your transition and drag it between the two pictures that you would like to have that transition be at. So I'm going to just drop it right between the first two. And when I press my spacebar to play my project, I can clearly see the transition here. It was a cross dissolve, which is exactly what we had there. In some cases, you might want to make your transition longer or shorter, and you can do that just as you did in the basics tutorial where you adjusted the length of the picture. So pretty much all of your adjustments are going to be made with this little gear-shaped object, and you can click on the arrow, and in this case it obviously is transition adjustments. And we can adjust the duration. Maybe we want to make it 1 whole second longer. And when you've done that, you can click Done. And if we go back and test it, we can clearly see that it has taken a longer period of time for the transition to happen. Again, you can add in whichever transitions you'd like anywhere. You don't have to have a transition between every single picture. It's not necessary. Transitions are just things that help your picture look a little bit nicer sometimes. Okay, at this time I'd like to talk to you about the title. Generally, we do like to have titles because, well, we can, and it lets the viewer know what they're going to be watching. And the way that we can add that is by clicking on the T in our little toolbar section here. There are several different titles that you can have. Some of them move, and you can preview those by mousing over each title, and some of them don't move, so depending on what you're looking for, that would indicate what you choose. So when you do want to choose, you can click on the title that you'd like and just drag it. I think for this one I'm going to put it right at the front. And one neat thing about iMovie's titles is that you can choose the background. So I guess this time I'm going to choose underwater. And when I want to put my title text in, I just click right on the box that says title text here, and I can type in the title of my movie and click done when I am finished. And it's as easy as that. There's my title. Beautiful. Sometimes you want to maybe feature one of the pictures in your movie by giving that a title as well. You can do that in the same way. You can click on the title that you'd like and you can drag it over your picture. You see when I drag the title over the picture, it turns blue. It knows that I want to put a title for my picture, so I release. And now I can type in my title here. And again, when I'm done, I press done. Okay, so if I'm going through, I've got my beginning title, my picture, my transition, and my other title there. Okay, so I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about this handy adjustments icon. So I can click on the little down arrow and I get a whole bunch of menu items such as clip adjustments, video adjustments, and cropping, Ken Burns, and rotation. So we'll just start right at the top. The clip adjustments, basically we already have gone over the duration, how long. Another interesting feature that iMovie offers is video effect. I don't know that I would use this so much in an educational setting, but just for your own knowledge. Oh, maybe I really love my cats. I'm going to include the romantic video effect. You can also have dream effect, sci-fi, you can x-ray, all kinds, make it look old, and you can look at those yourself. But I will choose romantic and I click done, and there we go. We've romanticized the cats. You may have also noticed that your pictures seem to be either zooming in or zooming out, and maybe you are tired of that, or maybe you want to do something else. You want to select a certain part of your picture. You can do this in the cropping, Ken Burns, and rotation section of the pull-down menu. So you click on that and you see there's a start and an end. This is the Ken Burns technique, named for Ken Burns, the author and videographer that has done movies such as baseball and jazz, a lot of ones that you'll see on PBS. But maybe you don't want to use Ken Burns, you're tired of Ken Burns. So you can either fit where the picture will just stay. This is your preview. So as you see, it is staying, which is exactly what you just told it to do. You can crop it. Maybe you want to feature a certain portion. You can do that by clicking and dragging with the hand, left, right, up, and down. You can also adjust the size by dragging at the corners. So maybe I want to highlight just the top cars here and maybe some clouds. And if I want to check that, obviously I can press the play button again, and there it is. Finally, another adjustment that you can make is the Ken Burns adjustment, and that is this. We can choose where we start and end, and that can be, again, left, right, up, and down. Maybe you want to zoom out. So I set my start. Maybe I'm going to start in the middle and I want to be able to show the whole picture at the end. So that's my start, and when I want to adjust the end, I can click on the end, and I can again go up or down, or if I want left and right, but I think at this time I'm going to leave it the way it is, and I preview it and I see what I can do. At this time, please go to More About iMovie Part 2.